We're going to be looking at Entertainment Weekly's list of the 25 best found footage movies. So that's probably not just horror. Also drama and action. So, sometimes you get a really good list. I think Empire Magazine had one for like best 50 movie kills, which was a lot of fun. And then they also did one for best 50 sequels. And then number 50 was Men in Black 2. So that's like a terrible first entry. So I like to look at lists and, talk about them. So let's see what we got here. Number 25 is Searching, the John Cho film. This is a pretty good one. This was like a pretty big hit. I like this one. This was like a drama film about mostly a father trying to like find his missing daughter, and there was some pretty big twists in there and decent stars with Deborah Messing and stuff like that. So it's like FaceTime calls, CCTV footage, and like news video stuff. That was a pretty solid entry for number 25. So let's see. 24 is Unfriended Dark Web, the sequel to Unfriended. Didn't watch this one. I heard it was pretty bad, but they said this is an improvement over the first one. 5 pals doing game night. One of them logs into the stolen laptop of a nefarious dark web user, and then it's like very similar to Megan is Missing, they said. I don't think I'll check that one out. End of Watch. Yeah, End of Watch is one of those films that everyone seems to love, but I don't love it, mainly for one big plot hole. Spoilers for End of Watch. It's been out since 2013. I'm allowed to talk about it. At the end of that movie, our main heroes, the 2 cops that are like brothers, are ambushed in an apartment complex by cartel hitmen. And they earlier say in the movie that Jake Gyllenhaal's character is a Marine. Marines are really tough, badass. They can use any weapon. And there are weapons all over the place because they've shot cartel members. There's AKs all over the place, and they run out of ammo. I'm like, what kind of BS is this? A realistic ending would be Jake Gyllenhaal and his partner go around and kill everyone because they left AK-47s everywhere, and they just use those and kill all the gangsters until backup happens. But they wanted to go for the heroic ending, and like it's just really like contrived. So End of Watch is a good movie, but yeah, I didn't like the ending. Moving on to number 22, The Bay. This is the weird... Oh, I watched this one recently. This is the waterborne parasite movie. Barry Levinson did Rain Man and Wag the Dog, so he did this one. I remember this movie. It was just okay. It's creepy, it's because the fish and the stuff, and it's an alright movie. The Last Broadcast is number 21. This is like one of the first ever found footage films. They're looking for the Jersey Devil. So definitely... very similar to Blair Witch. I watched this one. It wasn't that good. It was just okay. Willow Creek is... Oh, yeah, this one's actually on my list. This is Bobcat Goldthwait's second film, I think. He did God Bless America. Then he did Willow Creek's a movie about Bigfoot. So this one's on my list. Heard it's good. Megan is Missing. This one blew up on TikTok or something, I think, recently. It's a found footage movie. It's not that good, but I heard it's creepy. Definitely will check it out. I think it's on YouTube as well. Oh, it's on Tubi as well. Number 18, VHS 2. This one's I own this one on Blu-ray. It's a pretty good one because of the, obviously the Gareth Evans short film was really intense. That's the one with the cult. That one just blew up, and it sort of, I think in a way, put VHS on the map, to be honest. The first VHS movie's okay. It's like 5 short films. Some of them are interesting. But once they start bringing in international talent and really like, imagine, getting Edgar Wright to do a short horror film for these. The VHS franchise is really fresh and fun. It's still going. It's about 7 films in. But the number 2 is definitely one of the best ones. So it's kind of weird how it's so further down the list at number 18. Number 17, the Poughkeepsie Tapes. I've heard of this one. It's the Drew and Eric Dowdle. They made Quarantine, the remake of Wreck. I heard it's okay, but... I remember seeing a trailer for this movie, but it got delayed, and it never came out. So it's on Tubi as well. Grave Encounters 1 is number 16. I just watched this one recently. It's pretty good, but I like the second one more, to be honest. The first one's just a little bit too low budget. It's also on Tubi. Wow, everything's on Tubi. Cannibal Holocaust is number 15. Yeah, I watched this one a couple years ago. It's kind of boring, to be honest. It's like... really violent for like half an hour, but the rest of the movie's like framing device, and it's a little bit overhyped. There's other cannibal movies that are probably just as good, but this one was the notorious movie that was so realistic that they had to like They arrested the director, and they basically said, you made a snuff film, and he had to, because he told his actors to hide and not go to the premiere and stuff like that, so they can sell it as a real, cannibal movie. So he had to bring them into court to basically prove that they're not dead, which is pretty good. And Host is number 14, is the 2020 film about a Zoom seance. This one was a lot of fun. It was pretty fun. It was filmed during COVID lockdown, so this one is definitely a simple project, but really good stunt work, and definitely shows that you can do a really interesting movie on a low budget. So I really like Host. That was a good one. Number 13 is The Taking of Deborah Logan. This one's on my list. I heard it's really good. It is also on Tubi as well. This is about a documentarian chronicling Deborah Logan. She has Alzheimer's, but there might be something else there too, a demon or something. Number 12 is Cloverfield. This is one of those big movies that sort of revitalizes a found footage movie by having it be a big budget sci-fi. I didn't really like this one. It's an okay movie because it's a little bit constricted because the video camera, had to go to impossible places. There's like a scene where they're like running on the creature, I think, or the creature bites them, and like you see the, it's just I didn't like the movie. Cloverfield was probably, you have to watch that movie in a theater, to be honest. That's the way it has to be. My SD card kind of ran out of space, so I had to free it up. But number 11 is Chronicle. This is a superhero movie that definitely launched one of the bigger careers of Michael B. Jordan, and especially Josh Trank, who sort of pissed away his, career a little bit with Fantastic Four. But Chronicle is definitely a classic, to be honest, especially of the found footage genre, but also of the quasi superhero. This is one of the few movies that Max Landis said that 98% of the movie from the page to the screen was adapted perfectly, and it's definitely a really good movie. I think I own it. I should own it. But yeah, that's a simple movie, 90 minutes, a classic if you haven't seen it. Number 10 is Ghostwatch. I just watched this one recently. Ghostwatch is okay. It is a BBC television movie that faked a live broadcast for 90 minutes. Yeah, it got really crazy over the top, and it definitely influenced Late Night with the Devil. So that number 10 is pretty high up there. Number 9 is The Visit from 2015. This is the low-budget film that M. Night Shyamalan funded himself to basically revitalize his own career, because he started doing other genres and started getting a big ego, and then it sort of killed him, because his career anyway. He did The Last Airbender, After Earth, a couple of duds. The Visit's a pretty solid movie. I like it a lot. It was definitely a huge big twist at the end too, with the ending. It's very simple, but very effective. Number 8 is Gonjiam Haunted Asylum. This is a found footage horror classic, to be honest. Definitely one of the best out there. It was, I saw this one in theaters. I'm so glad I went to theaters for this one. This one plays with the conventions of a haunted movie. It's not just, we're ghost hunters and we're looking for ghosts. They play around with some stuff, and I really liked does unique stuff that other movies have not copied or been able to also do. So that's why number 8's pretty good. I like that. Number 7 is Troll Hunter. I've seen this one. This one is Norwegian students trying to make a documentary about troll poachers. Yeah, I don't think I like this one. This one's okay. I mean, he's done other good movies like Autopsy of Jane Doe and Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark. But Troll Hunters, didn't really. It's okay. Number 6, Hell House LLC. This one's okay. It's a little bit overhyped. It made it a new sort of franchise. There's like 3 or 5 of these now. I didn't really quite like it. Too much hype, I guess. It's just okay, Number 5, Paranormal Activity. Yeah, this is the OG. The one that kicked off, it was only made for like 20 grand. So I think it being cheap and a really good marketing thing definitely revitalized it again in the early 2000s, that and Cloverfield around the same time. So definitely, yep. Number 4, Lake Mungo. Yeah, this one's been talked about a lot online recently because it's from Australia. It's like a, chiller. I thought it was just okay. It's more of a thematically rich film, it says in this article. It's more of a family drama with inflections of paranormal bone-chilling moments. I thought it was a little bit too low-key, to be honest. Whatever. Number 3, Wreck. Spanish film. Oh, this one, I saw this one in theaters. Rec is one of the best films out there, to be honest. It really had stable camera work, realistic, really great roller coaster of events, really good acting, definitely a found footage classic. But I'm worried because some of my favorites aren't on this list so far. We're at number 3. Rec 2 is obviously not on the list. 2 is Creep with Mark Duplass. Psychological thriller. I haven't seen this one. It's on Netflix, I think. So there's a couple of these and they're making a show. So I heard it's good, but I haven't seen it. Number 1 is Blair Witch Project, of course, 1999. That's a little cliche. I'm a little bit disappointed in this list because they are missing a couple of my favorite found footage horror films. 2 of them, one of them being The Afflicted. It is a sort of horror film about 2 backpackers that go and one of them gets bitten by something and he starts turning into a creature of the night. And that's a really good one. That's a Canadian film, lower budget. Another one is As Above, So Below. That's a really good found footage horror movie about being lost in the catacombs of Paris. So those 2 are really good. And then they're forgetting like another one called Man Bites Dog. That's a really good one too. So kind of disappointed that some of them didn't get any respect, you know. I think I have a list here. I'm going to bring it up of underrated found footage. Where is it? There it is. Another one is Rec 2, obviously. VHS 1, yeah, so like there's definitely a couple missing from this. And well, I mean, it's Entertainment Weekly. Obviously they just picked the most popular ones. Obviously, you know, I guess if they pick one movie of a franchise, that they should put the whole franchise. So if they put Paranormal Activity, that should be all the Paranormal Activities, or both Creep movies and the Creep tapes, Blair Witch 1 and 2. You know, like, because there's like, you know, there's other VHS movies that are pretty good. I mean, one of them's got an Indonesian director with the cyborgs. That was pretty cool. I'm gonna have to make my own list, so that's my thoughts on Entertainment Weekly's top 25 found footage movies, not just horror.